Welcome to Buzz on Veterans, brought to you by Operation Barnabas. I'm Chris Budihas, your host. What we try to do on the show here is spotlight veterans in our communities and what they're doing in their post-military career. However, today I have Lieutenant Colonel Mike Dargavell, who's in here from the Jacksonville Recruiting Battalion. Mike, thanks for being here today.
Hey, thank you, Chris. I do appreciate it.
It's good to have you here. So we're going to talk a little about the Army, what's going on, as far as recruiting, and what veterans can do to help us, with that messaging and tell about how important service is. So where are you from, and what can veterans do to really help out with recruiting and spreading the message?
Yeah, so I'm from Richmond, Kentucky. I joined the Army back in 2000.
Okay.
And as you just mentioned, I'm here because of Army recruiting. I'm currently the Army's recruiting commander for the southern half of Georgia, kind of all the way up through Valdosta, Savannah, and then the northern half of Florida region. So we have quite a prepense location in a good geographical location for recruiting. Yeah. But to get to the heart of your question of what can veterans do to help with recruiting, I think it's just telling their story. Kind of like what you do here, Chris. So thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah, thanks.
But I think we need to have veterans go out there and tell the youth about military service and what it means to serve, and the benefits also of service. One of the latest studies that we just got back from Jammers is, roughly 55% of high school graduates exiting high school don't even think about military as an option.
55%. More than half.
Didn't even cross their mind. And Jacksonville itself, being here, if you're here locally in Jacksonville and you're listening to this or seeing this, you might think, like, how could somebody not know about the military? Because we have so many military here.
Right.
But when you step away from our military posts, our youth just don't know about the military, and they don't know about the benefits.
Wow.
Yeah. You probably already know this, and most veterans know this. Majority of the folks that do join the military service have a family member, in the military. Right.
So that number's dwindling, right?
It is. So it's becoming almost like a family tradition, if you will. We got people that are joining because, their father, their uncle or their aunt or something like that joining. And I think it's kind of twofold why that happens, right? One is because, the person next to them or that is near them have told them about the benefits of military service. Yeah. But number two, they know truly about the essence of serving in the Army. Right. Not what hearsay is, not what social media might say or some random news story. They know it because they see the person live it, and it's like, man, you get all of this from the Army, and you get to serve the greatest country in the world. So I think that's why a majority of the folks that join the military know somebody that's in the military.
Yeah. So let's kind of say, our audience that we're looking at, there's a bunch of young people. Mm-hmm. Why should they consider joining the Army or just joining the military? What's the Army got to offer?
Everybody has their own drive, right? Whatever they might join for different reasons. I can give them the reasons as in money, right? We do have bonuses, $40,000 to $50,000, up to $50,000, or duty stations of choice, or they could be the person like you, like, hey man, I want to go jump out of airplanes. I want to go fly helicopters.
Right.
As a kid,
I want to be Rambo when I came in.
I honestly, sir, when I was told that, I remember in 8th grade, you can join the Army, you can go fly helicopters. I flew Kiowa Warriors and then Apaches. I was like, just a random kid from Kentucky that grew up on the farm. They'll do that. Yeah. But not just that. I'm starting to see a lot more of the upper 20s, lower 30s joining the Army.
Oh, really?
Because I do any kind of dependency waivers as the commander. Yeah. And most of them are joining because I call it, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yeah. Food, water, shelter. Mm-hmm. If you are a young man or woman out there and you're struggling because, our society right now, socioeconomic status and everything else, if you join the Army, you are guaranteed to get a paycheck, right? We're going to give you housing. Right. You're going to get food. You got free medical care. Yeah. You got life insurance. You'll get a chance to go to college, right? We could pay, you got the Montgomery GI Bill up to 36 months. $4,000 a year I'm using right now for conditional assistance, and I've been to college like 3 times.
Wow. Yeah.
You know how it is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So there's all those benefits, and it could be a generational changer for families. Yeah. But more importantly, I think people should probably just look into it and think for themselves, like, I get a chance to truly join the greatest team, the greatest fighting force in the world. And as the lady asked me when I was in here, I was like, man, I've had the opportunity to to live in great places and travel the world. And that's the story we need our veterans to tell.
That's great.
It's like, here's all the benefits. And if you don't mind, I'll add also, and especially for the veterans, because some of them don't understand this, we are searching for quality. Right? Only about 23% of the youth right now is qualified to join the military. 23%. Yeah, and it's for a lot of different reasons. You know, it could be percentage of body fat, or the ability to get a high enough score on the ASVAB, the test. So what the Army has done, because we're not lowering our standards, we're still wanting quality.
Absolutely.
Is we're trying to take those that aren't currently eligible and make them quality.
Wow.
And that's why we started the Future Soldier Prep course. Let's say a young man or woman, they come in, they don't do so well on the ASVAB. We will send them to the Future Soldier Prep course, where they will basic reading, writing, arithmetic, and they almost all increase their score.
Up the standard.
That's right, to the standard. Same thing for overweight. Let's say you're a little bit overweight on the body fat percentage. We'll send you to do that too. So before you go and do anything, you're at basic training IT, we've already raised you to the standard that we need you to be in. And we're giving those young men and women that have a propensity to serve, right? They have a desire to serve their country, and we're giving them a chance.
That's awesome. Hey, it's a great story. I appreciate you coming in today to talk about, the importance of service to our nation and what veterans can do to tell that story. So thanks a lot, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Chris.
I appreciate it. Hey, veterans, that's a calling there. Go out there, tell your story. It's inspirational. It's funny, as I go around parts of St. Augustine, even an individual that did one enlistment or somebody that done 30 years, they're proud of their service, regardless of what era it was in. So go tell your story, and the reason it's so important to serve our great nation in order to stay free. Again, today's segment was brought to you by Operation Barnabas, a great nonprofit out there in Orange Park, literally helping our veterans that are in need get back on their feet. They help veterans work through a gated process through, if it depends on if they're having issues with homelessness, addiction, or unemployment, they're out there to make a difference. Go check them out at OperationBarnabas.com. If you feel compelled, please donate some money to them. Thank you very much.
Operation Barnabas is a veterans ministry, started in 2017 with the purpose of helping our veterans that kind of got left behind, and they've struggled with addictions, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, those kind of things, helping them get whole again through one-to-one mentorship.
Being able to communicate with them and help them can drastically change their life, can drastically change a family's life. The little that we can do is put our hand out and say, hey, do you want a hand up?